it's kind of I mean it is like a wild point in the story of like it's happening now.
I mean, I'm really happy. It is finally happening. Like, it's all coming to a culmination of some sorts. But I mean, it's still interesting the way it plays out. You know, I didn't think Falling Devil would appear again so soon.
True. We're all happy she's back.
Oh yeah.
Genuinely, I was so happy to see her appear again. I was like, oh my god, yes.
A friend of mine called this chapter like the second arc of the Falling arc, you know? It's kind of funny. I mean,
Falling to Electric Boogaloo.
I find it kind of not really being a second arc of the Falling arc, but like all the elements are there. Falling Devil, Chainsaw Man, Yoru, Asa, fighting...
Fakesaw was in the Falling arc. Came back again.
Exactly.
Bicycle.
Exactly.
Riding, tandem bicycle riding.
Yeah, exactly.
I was saying, like, last episode that it's kind of, you know, I've heard many people being like, we need to get back to Asa. We need to get back to Asa's side of the story. What's going on with Asa? We're gonna find out because this is all Asa stuff. You know what I mean? All of these elements are from the Asa side of the story. We have, like, I don't know what you could do with Denji's side anymore, right? Night is gone.
Okay, I mean, we don't know
life
for
is
sure.
gone.
We don't know for sure. Night is gone. I am holding my hope. I'm having my hope. Like, it's like if she was really dead, okay, then we would have had a Control Devil appearance. But like, when you think about it, what's going on? Please. I just need her back, okay? I feel like it's such a...
We need the cope.
Such a short notice, like...
Hey.
I mean, I guess
this guy doesn't
Knives
give a
had
fuck.
their role fulfilled, but like... Yeah...
Like, it would... They're... You know... I've heard people say that if she's really dead, it's like a waste. I don't really feel that way. I feel like if that is her section, like her role in the story, it is pretty nice, pretty nicely done.
I mean, it is true. It is nicely done. You're right.
It, you know, obviously more would be good.
Yeah.
I don't feel like what we have is bad or anything. You know what I mean?
I do think, you know, some of like Denji's current stuff would lose a tiny bit of impact if she came back, because like obviously Denji's been losing everything, and just to later on be like, oh, you have this thing that you thought was lost again.
I don't know. That could be interesting, right? Because the mindset now is all based on this, like, sort of the weight of that grief and processing it. Sort of, how he's like spiraling into himself, you know, just desperate for anybody to not come in and destroy him.
Yeah, but at the same time is willing to destroy himself for Yoru, you know, or letting her destroy him.
Well, Izzy, we will talk about that when we get more into this chapter. But before let's go ahead and introduce ourselves. I am, of course, your host, Secret Doves, age 34, and my contract is with the War Devil. I'm with my guests to give the traditional public safety introductions. Give your name, age, and devil contract. Biscuit, take it away.
Hello, I am
Yeah.
the autistic Biscuit, and I am 19 and contracted with the Revision Devil.
Oh,
Revision
they're a vision devil.
Yeah, working on the essays.
It's a nasty one.
It must be tough. Okay.
When you have to read what you wrote, it's terrible.
Organic chemistry is it's something.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, my name is Zuzu. I'm 18. My devil contract is with the Tomato Devil, and honestly, I kind of feel like changing my devil contracts all the time.
You can.
But I mean,
You know
from
what I
last
mean?
time it was toxic couples.
Aki did. That's true.
I mean, yeah.
Yeah, you know what I mean. The public safety's got a whole facility full of devils.
Exactly. So why not use all of them?
The facility
I
got
mean,
blown
you'll
open.
probably lose yourself, so that's not recommended.
Give it all up. Hey, what humanity is left in this world? Truly, speaking of which, chapter
Yep.
201 opens on humanity being plunged into terror by a pelting of rocks. You know what I mean?
Pelting of rocks. I mean, it's more annoying than anything.
I gotta say,
I'll be honest. Fami is like she is kind of a fail girl, but in a way that's kind of pissing me off.
is it pissing you off? Okay, I'm still endeared by her. I wanna.
How could you be pissed off by the silly goose?
I don't know. I guess I'm kind of pissed off that she thinks she can like save them while also terrorizing them. That doesn't make sense. You know? I mean, maybe for a devil.
Yeah, she's
That's
got. You know, way back when Yoru said Fami's crazy. And,
Oh, yeah.
If this is who she was talking about, she's not wrong. This character is off the rails. A
Absolutely.
real head case.
I
She's
really like
telling
the
people to-
transition. Yeah. Sorry,
Oh,
I
go
cut you
ahead.
off. No. You go ahead.
I was just.
Yeah.
What do you have to say? What do you?
I was just thinking the transition from the first page is so different from like the last chapter. It kind of flabbergasted me, but then I realized what's going on. It's really
The joke.
interesting. I think the transitions in this chapter were really great, especially the beat after, like later in the chapter where Denji tries saving that woman, and after what Yoru does, right? It's like cutting to her just laughing. It's really cinematic. It's great.
Yes, I felt like this was a very cinematic chapter. It was like
Absolutely.
a great sort of cinematic establishment of the situation here.
Yeah.
It didn't necessarily deliver the most like plot development, because this was sort of all stuff we knew about, but it is sort of setting all the pieces that we had where they are.
Yeah.
This is
Okay,
what it is.
I feel like
this is everything
there's
that's going
still
on.
progression, right? I feel like you can't just say this chapter doesn't add anything. We've got Denji's progression after all.
It's true.
Haven't we?
Yeah, that's the big one this chapter.
Yeah. Also want to add that. Yeah, I'm sorry. I don't mean to cut off.
No.
I mean,
No,
like,
it's just
I feel
my
like
hand.
the art and the chapters has been getting better. That's what I
Yeah.
think.
It's been steadily improving as he is acclimated to his new style.
Yeah.
Nice. It's
That's all I got to say. You can go ahead.
Yes. Fami very in her weird cry bullying mode, and
Yeah.
interesting aspect we talked about before. that she and Fakesaw are ostensibly, as far as like according to Death's powers, they are under Death's command currently, but they are not doing a good job.
Right, they're doing what they can.
I like how Fujimoto's differentiated Makima's brand of control and Death's brand of control. They seem to have more of their selves under Death. Like, they have some leeway with how they carry out the actions. They seem to have more of their own personality still, whereas Makima is controlled. She is completely takes over some people in cases.
Yeah. I mean, I think I've talked about this before, but it's like they must complete what Fami's asking them to do, but she can't control the way they do it, you know? So she's leaving it up to them. I wonder what happens like when one can't complete the task. I mean, we've seen it with like Falling Devil. She gets cooked.
Yeah, she just went back into the pawn form, into the figurine form.
Yeah.
It's like they've been given the outline of a plan, but none of the details.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, you said they have to do the thing, but the thing is, like, Gilly wasn't doing the thing, right? Because Death was telling Gilly to chop up the dudes, and Gilly would not chop them up. Didn't do that.
I wonder what's that all about.
Yeah, the extent of the control here is unknown. I'm sure it will go unspecified, so that he can do whatever he wants, as he loves to do. Just
it makes even more sense now why, like, I want to say Fami, but it's Death Devil. Why Death Devil asked of Naota to join her? Like, she had the power she couldn't have. Like, it makes even more sense now, you know?
Why Death Devil would be after the Control Devil, and thus why it makes sense for her to keep Naota alive.
Exactly. I didn't mean to make it like that, but it would make sense. You know?
Maybe Death can't control, you know? Like, that's why she hasn't
possibly, but I mean, she could control her sister Fami, so why can't she
control Fami? Yeah. Maybe, but maybe because it's the Control Devil, you know what I mean?
Maybe.
That kind of makes sense.
I don't get why she wouldn't pornify Naza at some point. Maybe she did.
She's got it locked in right now.
Maybe.
She's got the headpiece and the body piece. She's gonna pop back together and Control Devil, go. You know,
is that why Nauta's taken so long to come back? They've been trying to work out the logistics of putting Nauta back together.
Probably.
Yeah. Trying to figure out how it works. But whatever the case, Real Famine, and Fake Chainsaw are on the case, trying to scare the people and not doing a good job. Falling Devil returns, everyone claps, and steps in to do a we were discussing just before we started recording. This is a little bit of a revisiting of the Falling arc, many people's favorite arc of Part 2, coming back. We are pretty excited about this arc as well. It's been pretty crazy thus far. So,
somehow I feel like,
Oh, go ahead.
I feel like it's a long time coming that this kind of arc will pop up, but I don't know. It's good that it finally started. I'm really looking forward to Yoru's and Denji's fights. Like, It's gonna be so juicy. Oh man.
I feel like it has been. I mean, it's certainly been a lot. Like the whole story has been very much like, wait, just wait, wait.
It's been a lot of going around, finding out,
Yeah, it's been like the arcs up until, I don't know, that until the sushi basically was all sort of putting pieces into place, establishing the parameters of the story and laying out the trajectory that's gonna, that we're getting into now. So I definitely felt like many times like, okay, man, you better have something lined the fuck, like you better,
right. It's like you
better have something planned for this. What'd you say?
No, I mean, like, it feels like Fujimoto just wants to have fun with all these kinds of plot lines, but at the same time, you just want him to get on with it. Just write it, bro.
Just do it. But hey,
I mean, this chapter really feels like he's bringing it together. I mean, we're bringing together all these big players. We've got a Primal Devil, 2 Horsemen, Chainsaw Man, and this weird imitation of Chainsaw Man. Like we're getting to something here.
Yeah, it's crazy. It's great. I'm really loving it.
Yeah, this Fakesaw character is still sort of like stuck in my teeth as like, dude just showed up, you know what I mean?
It's really funny how you showed up like after maybe 100 chapters or something.
Yeah, literally, the 2 Fakesaw fans who are definitely out there, because Chainsaw Man fandom is just weird like that. But the 2 people who have the Fakesaw brainworms and like the fucking, red string chart.
Yeah.
Trying to find out who it is. They're locked the fuck in after every other character fan who's like, oh my god, when will Miri come back? Y'all don't know.
I don't know, man.
What these people have been through.
Like we're past that point already,
He's done.
No. Okay, speaking of which, when is Reza gonna come back,
That's what I'm saying.
We don't, never. At this point.
You think so? I don't think so.
I mean, the problem with Reza is that based near every arc, in my opinion, has been the perfect point to bring her back. I mean, they all seem... I mean, she fits in a lot of ways, in a lot of different arcs.
I mean, kind of, yeah. I feel like she could come back when Quan Chi...
Yeah, but that's... I feel like that's just, like... That is, the way he has been writing it. A little bit of what makes it frustrating in some ways. It's just that, like, even the end of this chapter, right? Like, he can do anything. He can do anything in any chapter.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Though it's just the way he's been doing it. There's been... I feel like the aging devil stretch was one of the few times where it was pretty much clear what the parameters of the story were and what direction the plot was going, and like...
Wait, what do you mean?
Well, because they were in a different dimension. They have to get out somehow. How are they going to work together? What are they going to do? You basically knew what was coming in, like, broadly speaking, they're gonna talk and figure something out and have some ideas, and something's gonna happen. They're gonna get out, and then the arc's gonna end. Like, that was, you knew that going in. You had a sense of like, here's where things are going, here's what's going on, and it basically delivered on it, because there wasn't really, there's
I
no
feel
other way
like-
for the story to progress.
I feel like the aging devil, at least for me, wasn't very interesting. I don't know. It's kind of like maybe I should just reread, but it wasn't a very interesting arc for me personally. But I do love the dynamic that Asa, Denji, and Yoshida have. It's really funny.
I found it pretty interesting, but I can sort of see.
No, it's fine if you don't. I mean, we could have different views on it, you know.
I mean, I enjoyed the like the development of like public safety as an institution and him sort of going after the bigger political ideas that he wants to develop with public
If
safety.
you mean that, yeah, that's
as a concept, that was very interesting. I think the aging devil was cool, but kind of bit character, you know what I mean? Maybe left a little bit to be desired in themselves.
Yeah.
Like, would have been cool to hear more from the aging devil themselves, but yeah, I don't know. Again, it's sort of one of those things where it's like there's some things that I could want more, but if I look at what's there, it is interesting in its own way.
Yeah, I think I can agree with you on that. Well, let's get into the juicy parts of this chapter then, or should we wait?
Yes,
Yeah.
yes. Now let's dive into this. Great timing. Falling is back. Falling arc revisited. People are falling into despair again. Interestingly,
We got a different direction this time.
Yoru and Denji do not get caught in the gravity this time.
I mean, do they? I think Denji gets caught up after he helps the woman, but like, no,
Yes.
wait, you're right.
He is not falling. He's getting
Neither
dragged.
is Yoru.
That's right. They're not thinking about the bad things.
Right, ignorance
Oh my
is bliss.
God.
They're just having a bit of fun.
This guy is good. This Fujimoto guy. He's pretty good. That's
Pretty
nice.
good, yeah.
They're only
pretty
doing
sick.
fun things, like Asa said
That's
in
right.
the previous chapter.
That's right. How long can that last, though? A woman getting pulled into the void, and Denji, you know, he's got to save the ladies, grabs her and saves her. And,
Okay, but she's not just any lady. Like, before that, Fami was throwing rocks at people, and she threw a rock at a kid, which was evidently, like, a child of a mother, right? And that mother
yes,
is the one Denji
yes,
saves.
is the
So,
one.
You have the symbolism with the sign Denji grabs onto
Yep,
as well. Like
exactly,
the school crossing sign. I mean, I think
Yes.
from Denji's perspective, he's just grabbing a random woman because I don't
Right.
think he can see the child. But the symbolism
He didn't
has
know about
definitely been laid down for it.
Yes. We had Denji looking at the mother and child in the train before. Love that fucking scene.
Yeah, just
so
laying
there's-
the ground for Denji's mother to show up, please.
Yes. Lots of. Ooh.
I feel like
see
that's
it.
not a possibility, though.
I don't know.
Maybe
we have
a
the
flash,
falling
you
devil.
know?
We have the falling devil. Maybe we can get Denji to think about the past again.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Think about the bad things that he's trying to forget about. Think about family. Oh. Okay, you might be cooking. I mean, ooh.
I also
Maybe.
find it interesting how the fake chainsaw man doesn't actually hurt Denji. Like, he's only spitting things like, "Did you save her because she's a woman?" Like, or should you ride a bicycle with a girl? Like,
I
what's
mean,
his problem, bro?
I've seen people suggest, by the way that Fakesaw Man talks about women, that it's Mirai.
It's Miri?
I've seen people suggest it, but
Miri. I don't know. You think
They're just trying to make
could
him
hack it
relevant.
as a fake song?
no. But
I doubt it.
like the Mirai fans, you got to give them a little bit of something every now and then. They're suffering.
I believe Miri Sugo will return. I'm not particularly invested in that, but I do think that the hybrids will return once again, as they have.
Well, hopefully.
They're all still fucking alive. You know what I mean? Like, because at least we need to see Barem, right?
At least, yeah.
And I'm a Reze believer, you know what I mean? I'm also a
Of course.
Kishibe believer. I think everybody who is giving up is
I
just
want to
weak.
think it's so bad already. It's been so
No.
long.
99% of Chainsaw Man fans give up right before Kishibe and Reze show back up.
It's true, and literally
Yeah.
you don't even have to do anything. You just have to believe, because the story is going to happen regardless. You know what I mean? Like, why give up? What's the point?
Right.
It's more fun if you believe. Just keep believing. And
Kishibe
enjoy the ride.
is off screen. He is slightly off panel every panel. That's how I get through it.
He's just over there shaking. His
I wonder
head.
what he would think of
Dumbass.
public safety when he returns.
Yeah. They fell off hard. That's all there is to it. They lost their way without his interference.
Yep. Yep.
Speaking of lost their way, Denji saves a woman, but he's getting pulled into the void with her, and turns to Yoru for help.
How could you turn for help? I mean,
Now
I
you
think
fucked up, Kane.
he
Now you
misunderstood
fucked up.
something. I
Yeah.
think he misunderstood.
I think that. Sorry.
Yeah.
No,
Go
no,
ahead.
you.
No, you. I didn't have
Okay.
anything to say.
I think that Denji is trying to project Nayuta and power too much onto Yoru.
Absolutely.
He's trying.
Yeah.
He's trying to see something that isn't there that he wants.
Yeah.
I mean, isn't it funny how both Ass and Denji do that? When you
with
think about it.
Yoru? With Yoru.
Yeah.
They're both like,
Yeah.
you'll be my cool friend. You know what I mean? You'll be my fun girlfriend. You'll be my best sister. Y'all
yeah,
fucked
sure.
up. You don't know who you're fucking with. You know what I mean? You're fucking with a war devil.
Exactly.
That's the
Like,
war
I
devil.
really
What are you
like-
thinking about?
I really like this page with
This
your
character.
expressions. I've always
Yes.
liked seeing how she changes her expression, like especially back in the Falling Devil arc,
Character.
where she was trying to convince Asa to kill Chainsaw Man, and she like noticed Asa changed her mind, and like she was like, how do I try to understand you, right? You always change your mind and stuff like that, which was really interesting to me. She was so frustrated.
Yeah. You're a very expressive character. There's been a lot of Makima Yor comparisons because of the parallels being
Yeah.
done lately. I gotta say, I think Yor's expressions are that they take it there. You know what I mean?
I'm
I mean-
curious to.
Yeah.
She's very expressive.
I'm curious as to how. Sorry. I'm curious as to how you read like her thought process in like the series of panels where her expression is changing.
Oh, wait. Are you asking me or both of us?
Anyone.
Oh, okay.
Anyone.
I've actually written this down on my private account. I'll read it to you. Hold on. Because I remember distinctly it caught my eye very much. So.
While you're pulling that up, I will. As the resident War Devil contractor, I will say first, she's concerned because she has genuine feelings for Denji, even though she's sick and twisted.
Right? Okay, I'll believe you.
She has a sick and twisted mind, but she's being affected by genuine romantic feelings. And so she's like, oh no, I gotta help him. And then she's like, And then she's analyzing the situation. She's in combat analysis mode. And then she's like, I came up with a sick and fucked up idea that will be funny as hell. And, then she does it.
Interesting. I think it's a possible way of interpreting her expressions, right? But I think it's more like I found my tweet. It's like she's surprised at first, right? Because she didn't think he would be turning to her for help. But then she goes to indifference because it doesn't benefit her, right? Like, what does helping another person benefit her? And then she thinks of a cruel ploy. So to say, pain of others feeds into her ego and is entertaining for her, Which is why it benefits her. So why not do it?
Yeah.
That's a very devilish thinking,
True. The selfishness, right?
Exactly.
That is the this is the other side of the selfishness that Asa wished for.
Yeah.
That's a good read as well.
Thank you. I found it really just interesting how Yoru, like in my own interpretation at least, how she sees the world and what benefits her more often than not. Like, especially with things she treasures, like Tank and Gun Devil, right? She still did what she had to do because it benefited her in the situation, despite really caring about these children of hers, right?
She will turn anything she has access to her benefit, if
exactly.
That is a good read on the character. What did you think, Biscuit?
This was just that, like, when I first read it, the first facial expression, that's just genuine shock that like she is being asked for help. That's sort of her like more human part. Like she moves on to a bit of indifference, maybe a bit of jealousy, if you want to read it like that. That Denji's helping a woman. And then she decides to get into her more devilish nature, because Yoru, I think at the moment, her big thing is trying to... It's sort of like the opposite of Denji in part one. She's trying to reconcile like the bit of humanity in her, whereas Denji was trying to deal with whether he was a devil.
That's interesting. I like this kind of parallel interpretation.
Yeah, Yoru becoming more human in the worst possible way. You know what I mean? Like, just feeling the spark of humanity within her brought by her relationship with Asa, and it just going absolutely to shit, to hell.
Yep.
God, I love this fucking character. She's so interesting. See what I'm saying?
She is.
Speaking of, woman doesn't make it, unsurprisingly. The War Devil's rampage continues. When will she be stopped? Can she be
stopped now
at this point? Well, yes, perhaps right now, because Denji, this moment apparently was maybe, hopefully, the wake up call he needed. Not that he hasn't been down this road before.
Right.
This ain't nothing new for Denji. So, you know, he knows what it is.
But getting actual confirmation, like, he can suffer by himself, but when he tries helping someone and they try to, like, not, like, do what Yoru did, right? Kill the person or explicitly express that they don't want to help the world. I don't know how to express this. I feel like Denji really cares about other people's deaths, despite not being very intertwined with the society. You know, I mean, in a way, he is intertwined, but like not in the normal way. You know what I mean?
I kind of see what you. Yeah, that's
I feel like
that goes back to chapter 1 when he saves Pochita, right? He says, "I don't want to see anyone like die anymore." You know what I mean?
Exactly.
I'll save you, so you save me. That's interesting. I'll save you, so you save me. This is really kind of a Denji mindset, right? People are talking about he should have okay, let's talk about this. Now Denji has woken up. Hopefully he doesn't get
Yeah, I really like how it takes him a minute or even like 3 or 4 panels to realize just how devious Yoru is. And that she's enjoying the pain she's inflicting.
Yeah, she's laughing. Look at her. She's fucking...
He's screaming.
She's just having a good time.
What's with the goofy horse?
She's enjoying her life. Yeah, she's goofing. She's goofing around. Okay, we talked about the 3-panel sequence of Yoru's expressions, but I like the panel before that, where there's like Fakesaw is there. This woman is falling. You know what's going on, and she's just like,
she's nonchalant.
I'm just enjoying the show. Do your thing. Right. Do your thing, Chainsaw Man. You know what I mean?
She didn't even
I got no problems
about doing anything. She's just enjoying the show.
Whatever. What's going on?
It looks like she's just waiting to be paid attention to. A bit.
Right.
Kind of, yeah. Like she's posting up on the wall, like
she's just waiting for her boyfriend to pay attention.
Now that I'm reminded of, in the previous chapters where Denji and Yoru were having fun, you could say, she was trying to kill people, and Denji was actively trying to stop her. But only now he realized how actually bad it is.
Yeah, it's kind of like back to the beginning of part 2, where Asa was thinking to herself, maybe I can tame Yoru.
Right. But you cannot tame a war devil. You cannot tame.
You cannot tame war, you know. I love this fucking manga, dude.
But then it begs the questions: what do you do with the war devil? How do you stop the rampage? Right. Fighting it might seem like a good
bicycle ride.
I mean, I don't see an alternative. Like, just get her a bicycle, see what happens.
Just let her have fun.
Get her out of here. Yeah. I don't know if letting her loose is really going to help.
Yeah, letting her go
faster. There's going to be more of this stuff.
Letting her go at 20 miles per hour seems like a mistake, yeah.
It's going to be like blasting city blocks on her ride for fun, you know? She didn't give a shit about anybody. It's
damn.
Incredible stuff.
It's terrifying.
Speaking of, she doesn't give a fuck. Denji, Yoru facing off. And Fakesaw is just there.
He's just there. He doesn't even do anything. What does he do?
Why do we have a head-on panel of Fakesaw Man?
It's true.
It's just so
maybe
goofy.
he's
what it really reminds me of is Have you ever seen the live-action Super Mario movie?
What?
Okay. It really looks like the Goomba design from that movie. It's sorry something because the Goombas in that movie for some reason just have these large bodies and really tiny heads.
Oh
That's
my
funny.
god, what the fuck is this thing that I'm looking at? Don't Google live action Super Mario Goombas. I don't recommend that.
That's what
ruined
Fakesaw Man
weekend.
looks like to me in that
Okay,
panel.
I am not googling that. In my
My god. That is disturbing. It does actually kind of look like that. Obviously we know he's got a big chainsaw there, but if you ignore that,
Yeah.
just from this perspective.
It's also really hard to see like the bottom part of his head, so it makes his head look even tinier.
It's kind of funny how tiny it is.
Well, my thing is, okay, this is actually, because this is like parallel with the last chapter, right? It's like the last panel of 200 was like Denji facing now Fakesaw, and now Denji's facing now Yoru.
Yeah, I think that was the
And
plan.
Fakesaw.
I mean, it's very possible that Yoru will just turn Denji into a weapon right now. Right? It's very possible. She's got all she needed, right?
I'm wondering whether
Maybe.
Denji can actually take Yoru in a fight at the moment. Because Yoru
That's
was
what I'm thinking too.
taking on Pachita pretty handily. Like,
Wait.
Denji is getting his shit rocked.
Well,
We haven't even seen the tank come out yet. Whatever it does.
'Cause at the moment,
Still,
Denji's basically in a
fucking loaded.
2v1 at the moment. He is.
Well, who will fake Saw? What will happen with this? Let's move into our final section.
no, wait.
Discuss
Before
the
that,
future of the
I've got
manga.
some more thoughts on.
Okay, go on.
page, for example, the translation of Denji's words to Yoru, "You look cute, but you were a devil all along." From what I've heard, is way more better in Spanish. It's like you have the face of an angel, but you act like a devil. I'm paraphrasing. So
Spanish.
I wish it had like more oomph to it, you know, more feeling like he's really frustrated in the Japanese version. Right?
Yeah, this version it makes him seem a bit stupid in the English. A bit.
Kind of.
I
Yes.
think the ellipsis before the but really doesn't help that because it just makes it seem like he's hesitating in his sentence.
It's just a lettering thing.
Okay, but still, it matters, doesn't it?
I guess, but I feel like if you read comics, you gotta understand how the ellipsis.
I need my translation notes. I need
the bubbles work.
bring them
Well, it's
back.
just when the sentence gets broken, you put the ellipses. But regardless, I'm trying to pull it up. I wanna see what you're talking about.
What do you mean?
I just wanted to see what the Japanese text was.
Oh, okay. Go ahead.
Your comment was very interesting to me.
It's I know it's something like "but you're a damn devil" or something like that.
I've seen someone translate it as him calling Yoru a bitch. But like,
I would say the English is pretty much spot on. He says you got a cute face, but you're a devil.
well, okay.
That's
Wait,
what he says.
but how? Wait, which words does he use to address Yoru? Is it omae?
Teme, which is
Oh my god!
he's mad, dude.
Bro is
he's
mad as fuck.
yeah. He says that a lot though. That's kind of Denjiism, but he's definitely. I was not happy about that. We all understand. Denji's not the kind of guy who's gonna let some shit like that slide.
That doesn't come across that well in the English, though. Looks like
exactly.
There's no tone in the English. Like you need like a word to modify it somewhere.
Exactly. Feels like a lot gets lost in translation, even if it's like good direct translation. You know, it's kind of.
I vibe with it. I feel like it's alright.
I mean that's fine. Maybe
not too much lost.
Yeah. Also about what Yoru says, I'm the only woman you need it's like she wants affirmation. I mean, I already talked about it, but I really do think she's trying to turn him into a weapon next chapter. Because she has so much power, Denji probably won't be able to defeat her unless he tries using the power of emotional manipulation.
That is an interesting one.
Denji having to use the power of gaslighting to make it.
He's gonna gaslight her? How?
Oh look, a bird.
Okay.
And then you'll just.
I did want to actually, before we get into any predictions, I did want to talk about one discussion here that people are having, which is like, why now, man? Like, why, yeah, she's a devil. She was killing hella people, man. Like,
he's a little slow. It's okay.
She killed a lot of people, and he saw it on the news, like a lot of people.
I think Denji just was trying to ignore it as much as possible. Like, it's not like it's understandable only when you have like the most fucked up, I don't know, event going on in your life multiple times in one day or in a week. Like, he has not had any breaks. He's on an emotional turmoil 24/7. So can you really blame him for trying to not think about it?
There was that scene after he'd woken up, the other chapter where he was talking about how he knows that Yoru's like crazy or he's in
exactly.
Yeah,
he's just gonna let it ride until he can't anymore. That's kind of a Denji thing.
I think the difference between this kill and all the others is that it's a lot more sadistic to me. Like, Yoru's not just killing her. This is letting this woman suffer. Yeah. She is going into that probably into a hell door that is somewhere, because that's how fooling works, right? They go into a hell door. So she's just being sent into hell to die and suffer.
Yes. Also, I think the only one. It was all chainsaw zombies except for the chef, right? The chef he ignored. He was still getting his grasp on the situation. There's also an aspect to Denji's character where he is genuinely willing to give literally anybody a shot as long as they seem to support him. You know what I mean? He will take any help he can get, regardless of how fucking despised or genuinely despicable the character is, right? Like,
that's really sad.
That goes back to the Kashibe training, doesn't it? The 3 questions.
Kind of, yeah. Yeah. But like, Denji, after having heard that Yoru was a mass murderer, you know what I mean, committed like a horrific atrocity and destroyed a giant section of the city, came to Asa and was like, I think you and Yoru could be friends.
he was really projecting so hard on her. Like,
Yeah. Yes. That is very much like he believed, you know what I mean? But in a way, that's how he ended up with his like bond with power, right?
Yeah.
Or Naruto, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
These people that are genuinely dangerous. Like Power was like a murderous devil that hated humans and
think
was
he's-
totally down to kill people. And
Yeah. Yeah, they were not very normal in that way.
right.
Very-
but then
very-
he was like, I could be friends with her. Doesn't matter to me that she hates humanity and wants to eat them and kill them. You know.
Very briefly thinking on it just now, that in retrospect makes it so much funnier that he just wants nothing to do with Yoshida. He is willing to give these devils the benefit of the doubt, but this one dude who is just, he's
Okay,
no.
to be fair, he's in public safety, so would you
Yeah.
get the benefit of a doubt? I wouldn't.
So yeah, public safety are worse than a lot of devils, to be fair. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, from Denji's perspective, he is inherently suspicious of the public safety cops. But I don't know. I feel like he would indulge Yoshida in, you know, going to the movies with him.
Yeah.
You know, working with him in the, you know, talking with him in the aquarium arc. He heard him out in the cafe multiple times. Like, he didn't just write the guy off. I feel like their relationship deteriorated because of Yoshida's cop duties, where he had to participate in
duties.
ruining Denji's life. Which
Unfortunately,
that sours a friendship when the
I
person
guess.
has to
Yeah.
participate in destroying your life directly. And you're sort of like, okay, well, didn't love that, man. What the fuck was that about, dude? I can see it. But once again,
I think it's interesting that Denji has this ability to give benefit of a doubt, even if, like, Yoshida, for example, like, maybe not benefit of a doubt, right? But, like, he did still spend time with him. Denji
hear him out, give him a chance. I mean, he is like I said, he's desperate for support. You know,
he's
what I mean?
overly
Not
trusting to a fault.
Yes.
Even if he
mean,
knows, like, it's not good for him,
like,
still wants to find a way to make it work. Which I think it's good in some ways. Like, maybe with Asa, who's, like, at the verge of just fucking breakdown of all time, you know?
yes, the ultimate crash out.
And the same with Makima and Naruto and Power.
Yes,
Like,
yes.
It has a lot of good, but also it has a lot of bad for Denji. So
Yeah, it leads to
you
him
gotta
being
understand the
betrayed.
balance of what you're doing.
lot.
You can't trust people.
Well.
Like, you can't put your trust too much, right?
It's easier said than done, you know. That's the way of the world, you know what I mean? Just trust exactly the right amount, and nothing bad will ever happen to you. Just do that, and
There has to be a right amount of trusting. Just kidding.
there does not. I'm here to tell you.
Exactly.
I'm here to break that down. It does not. That's chaotic dynamics. Anyway.
Agreed.
Regardless. Speaking of chaotic dynamics, Yoru Denji breakup. Yoru Den, the worst ship in CSM history. The most cursed relationship to grace the pages of maybe any Fujimoto manga.
I mean, yeah.
There's some pretty messed up ones.
There's competition between Makima and Denji, to be fair. And Yoru Denji. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Maybe. Maybe Luna Agni.
Oh, yeah.
Messed up. That was fucked up. This relationship is all fucked up.
It's just the worst. I can't even describe, like, it feels like they're all degrees of the worst you can have in a relationship. Like, can you really compare all that? It's all bad, even if not.
It's all it's just all bad.
It's not. It's not healthy. It's not giving anyone. Like, maybe Yoru and Denji have ignorance for a while, but then it all comes crashing down. Like right now, you know.
Yes. So, speaking of which, what do you think is going to happen here? Where will we go?
You have to go ahead first. I think I'll tell afterwards.
This one is tough because, on the one hand, you know, what Yoru just did is very much like a hard deal breaker for Denji's character. Where,
right.
You know, he wanted support. Like I said, that's what he's always looking for. He wanted support.
Yeah.
And she betrayed him. She betrayed what he was hoping for, and enjoyed it. You know, and that's
which is just despicable.
Yes, I mean she's so fucking evil. And that's when Denji always, you know, sort of snaps out of it, and he's like, "I gotta do what I gotta do."
Yep.
So consistent with that side of Denji, he's got, you know, it's time, it's over. However, I don't know. Yours is a different beast, you know, like.
Yeah.
Oh, she's got this guy all fucked up, you know what I mean? And he's like in the most fucked up state he's ever been in. So I wonder if she'll be able to call him to heal, you know what I mean? Or if he even wants to.
Sick
fucking plan.
If Yoru and Denji are like the vast majority of toxic couples I've met, they're getting back together in a week.
Yeah, they're gonna fight. No, it's a toxic couple.
All the goddamn time! I was saying this all the goddamn time, okay? That's what I called Asaden, like, maybe a couple months ago, a year ago. They're the kind of couple that realistically breaks up every 2 weeks to 1 week and then gets back together. Like,
oh yeah, it's so sick.
It's messed up.
I mean, especially with the way Fakesaw Man looks at the end of the chapter. He's just in the middle of all this. He doesn't want anything to do with this.
He's a third wheel.
I feel like he's gonna. I feel like, okay, actually trying to predict what's happening next chapter. I feel like, based on this last panel, Fakesaw's gonna have something to say. Fakesaw's gonna be like, "Hey, I'm here, by the way. Y'all need to stop your stupid squabbling."
But isn't it the point,
care
though,
about justice and humanity?
Okay, Fanny, I called Death.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know. What is Fammy's intention with Yoru the War Devil? Still up in the air, you know what I mean? That's what still so many things lingering in the story pissing me off.
True.
But I feel like we're gonna find out some more about Fakesaw.
Yep.
You know what I mean? Fakesaw's not gonna take this distraction lying down, this disrespect of being ignored.
No, I feel like he's fine with being ignored. Like, he's also watching it like, okay, let me have a go after they finish all this talking. Right. I feel like that's a possible reaction.
Maybe, yeah. I can see that.
What do you think?
That's what
I've got this is like a 1 in a million shot happening, but so we have the falling devil back, right?
Right.
And so we have people falling, and as shown in the falling arc, when people fall, they're falling towards a door. Yeah.
You
And
think
that
they're
has
gonna
me
fall
thinking.
back into hell?
I'm thinking there's a big door at the end of the street, and that something's going to happen that causes Asa and Denji to be pulled in towards hell. Maybe not next chapter, maybe the chapter after that, but this seems like a setup for maybe like another interdimensional travel for them.
I think it's a possibility. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think it's very.
idea.
I mean, give them like a nice, clean place to sort out their problems.
Well, I tried that before.
Yeah.
It'd be a little bit of running it back to the aging level.
I mean,
like
if they're gonna fight, at least let them fight not in the place that's gonna kill a lot of people.
Okay, but that's part of the commentary, though. I feel like that would be way more plausible for them to start at least having battles in the city and then maybe
just
get
destroy
transported
shit.
into hell. Yeah.
Yeah.
It feels like it could be like a Reza fight. You know what I mean?
Ooh,
Similar to a Reza fight,
Maybe.
right?
I wonder if they're really gonna like fight though.
I want to see
Because
that. I want to see
That would be cool, but simply put, like it'd be pretty tough to imagine, Denji really going toe to toe with the Gun Devil arm. Per se.
I can see.
I will say,
She's actually
it
pulling
would
it
be
out.
interesting if Denji does get a hit on Yoru, and she loses an arm, right? And Yoru
Yeah,
can't regenerate,
okay.
so
Yeah.
he's got an upper hand in some ways. But it's also
Yeah.
Asa suffering from just her autonomy, not just being being taken away from who she is, it's physical manifestation also. Just girl,
Yes.
yeah. Well, what I think is gonna happen, I already said that before, but I do like your guys' interpretation of what's gonna happen. I think yours gonna try to turn Denji into a weapon. Maybe Death Level will show up. Maybe there's gonna be a huge Reza fight, possibly. Not of Reza herself, but possibly of the same structure.
Never rule it out.
Which would be
It could happen
really
any
cool.
time.
Exactly.
It could happen at any time. Yes, but the same kind of fighting in the city, blowing up buildings. All this
It's
kind of stuff.
also the betrayal, right? It's a similar feeling of what Reza was like after Denji's heart.
Yeah.
With
Yeah.
Yoru, it's the betrayal of he already knew she's a despicable woman, despicable devil,
Yes.
but he didn't know the extent of it.
Yeah. He was giving her a shot. He was enjoying it as far as he could take it.
Yep.
And he tried to take it too far for the War Devil, saying, "Help me. You fucked up now, kid."
To be honest, I feel like it's the most hope or faith that was ever put into yours. So she was like, I can do whatever I want. So she's
Kind of. Yeah.
it's crazy.
I feel like she's genuinely enjoying it. You know what I mean?
Right.
Obviously she twists it into she doesn't take that and go, "Oh, maybe I should be nice." She says, "Oh, this is
Never.
great. I'm just
Never
gonna keep me in my I'm not gonna change or think about anything. I'm just gonna enjoy
You
it."
don't need to change, right?
Yeah. Why?
If they do have a big fight, I can easily see Yoru just toying with him, not doing the big blasts,
Oh,
the
absolutely.
little ones. She wants to have a little fun with her boyfriend,
She wants to play with her dog. You know what I mean? She's walked it.
Damn.
maybe that'll happen. Maybe we'll see Fakesaw get in there. Maybe we'll be transported back to hell. Maybe Reze will show up. Maybe Kishibe will show up. It can happen anytime, folks. Never, ever give up. We haven't given up, and there will be another chapter coming very soon.
Oh, yeah?
Coming this Tuesday.
Oh, nice.
It will be another one. Get ready for that. It will be exciting. It's a very exciting part of the story. Many things all coming together. Finally, who knows where it will go next? We will find out. We will be back there to discuss it. Thank you, everyone, for listening. Thank you to both my guests for coming on. Give a like, subscribe, comment. You know what it is. And we will see you all next time.